Hey, deserving listeners, season 3 of Love is Blind. Let's watch it. My name is Dr. Kirk Honda. I'm a therapist and a professor. Let's see what comes out of my face.
Kenya.
Wow. My name's Colleen. What's yours?
Colleen?
Yes.
My name's Cole.
Wait, Cole?
Yeah, it's just like half of your name.
Oh my God, perfect.
How do you spell Colleen?
Okay, 2 L's, 2 E's.
Colleen, okay.
Jelly bean Colleen.
My sister's name is Colleen. It bothers me when people pronounce it Colleen.
It's a beautiful name. I like it, Colleen.
Thank you.
I want to make a lot of babies, for sure. Like right now, if I could just like snap and they would all appear, I'd say like 7. But real world dating sucks. It's been one of the hardest things is dating as an adult.
So they seem to be focusing on this individual, so I'm guessing that he is someone that creates some drama. I'm learning the rhythm of these shows because there are many, I think there's 30 people, and we usually only get to know a handful of them, so I'm guessing that Cole will deliver regarding the drama.
In high school, easy. Got a massive pool to choose from. In college, easy. You're living on campus. There's babes everywhere. Oh no, you're a nurse.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Nurses are off the table for me. I don't do nurses. I don't do nurses.
Why? And the way he says it, that's notable, right?
I'm usually like a light beer with olives.
She likes beer with olives. Ugh.
One thing that really gets on my nerves that I observe a lot, and I don't know if it's a Seattle thing or something, but people get real precious about their alcoholic drinks and about beer and wine and other things being a particular way. Like putting ice in a beer, for example, is considered basically sacrilegious. The main principle I follow is people should be able to eat and drink what they want to as long as they're not harming other people, right? For example, in my world, you go to most American Japanese restaurants and the vast majority of sushi rolls have the seaweed on the inside. And that's because I think a lot of white Americans don't like the seaweed. Well, as a Japanese American, I love seaweed. I eat seaweed just raw, you know? And I understand if someone doesn't like it, that's okay. I don't look down at it. I'm just like, well, you know, people can eat what they want to. I mean, there are sushi rolls that are ridiculous. All this mayonnaise and sauces, and the fish is just completely just drenched, which is fine. People get to eat what they want to.
He's over there, so we'll see. How you doing today? I'm sitting on the floor.
I'm doing really good.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to talk to you.
Whew. Gosh.
What's wrong?
Nothing's wrong.
Okay, so I've been watching, and there's been a lot of people dating and connecting, and Brennan, I'm keeping notes, seemingly connected with Alexa, and Colleen is into Brennan. I feel like I'm in middle school talking about people, and then Brennan, I think right now, is going to have to let Colleen down and tell her, yeah, I think I've locked in with someone. And we've certainly seen on the show before where individuals won't do that. You know, think of Shane and Natalie and Shayna, right? Where I think Shayna had to find out a different way that Shane and Natalie were. Anyway, so it looks like Brennan is a stand-up individual by telling Colleen as soon as he could.
I feel like we had something going on. And I really liked that. I really enjoyed it, but I definitely need to tell you. I don't know. I know we had something. I found somebody that I just connect with, and I'm very excited. And
so this is akin to the apology videos that I've been analyzing. It's not really an apology. I mean, he might morph into an apology, but it's in the same category where you have to express that you care about someone else's feelings. You're about to potentially hurt their feelings. Now, maybe for Colleen, she'll be like, yeah, whatever, it's cool. I'm connecting with other people too. And this is one of the downsides of dating, of course, that often people don't think about. When people think about dating, they think about mainly their own perspectives, their own feelings. They think about wanting to find someone, and they also worry about being rejected. But there are times, in all likelihood, especially if you date a lot of people like they do on the show, that you will have to reject others, either subtly or not so subtly. So I will commend him for feeling the feelings and exhibiting it, right? In his demeanor, in his language and the way that he's saying things, it seems clear to me that he's having a lot of emotion. I think he's having fear, which would be okay to have, of I'm afraid I'm going to hurt her feelings. And maybe also some fear of what if I'm making the wrong choice? I don't know. But he seems to be exhibiting the feelings that one would have when they're about to tell someone like, look, I know we connected, but I found someone else. So that'll go a long way, I hope, with Colleen to be like, oh, okay, bummer, but thanks for at least telling me and not making me find out through back channels. And also it seems like you care about my feelings. So thank you.
Somebody that I just connect with, and I'm very excited, and I want to move that relationship forward. And it's just, I definitely found the person that I
got you. I'm over here pouring my heart and soul to somebody and they are just not feeling it. Like, that sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. It hurts. It's disappointing. It could be embarrassing. The way that this show is organized, the individuals, I believe, they're cut off from the internet. They leave their phones outside, or they have to give over their phones, and they live in isolation. So the dating experience in the pods is a very intense experience. I can't remember where I heard this from one of the cast members. Were talking about this, about how your entire day, your entire life is just oriented around these 15 other people that you're dating all the time. And all that you think about and all that you can think about, because there's nothing else to do, is these dating relationships. And so you really start to get very self-disclosing and the rapid pace of intensity, and you fall in love with someone, or at the very least you have a lot of hopes and dreams. You might at night think about like, oh, I think I met someone, Brennan, and we're going to have kids together and everything's going to be great. And then all of a sudden, boom, this happens. And of course, you don't have your friends. You can't go home and talk to your parents or your friends and cry, or go on the internet, or have some distraction or something. You're just stuck there with the pain of being dumped on Netflix.
In the real world, I think guys are attracted to me because they find a ballet dancer is super interesting. I would say they are attracted to my looks rather than my personality. And so, unfortunately, after a few dates, they're like, oh, she's a pretty face, or oh, it's fun talking to a ballet dancer, but then they're like, okay, I'm gonna go somewhere else. Adios, amigo.
Oh, I think what she's saying is that people are attracted to her because of her looks, and then when they get to know her, they leave. And she might be concluding from that she doesn't have a good personality or something. And then when she goes into the pods, she can't rely on her looks to attract men. She can only rely on her personality, and she's being rejected again, which makes her feel like there's something wrong with her personality. And I don't know, but there didn't seem to be anything different about her personality that would make her somehow undateable or unlovable or something. We didn't get to know her that well, but I would suspect that it's just a chemistry thing. Who knows what happened in her personal life? Let's see, how old was she? She's 25. That's pretty young. And if you're dating a lot of younger people, there's a lot of aversion to long-term relationships. So concluding about who you are and about how lovable you are based on your dating history up until the age of 25 is not wise. You should not base your self-esteem or your self-image on those experiences. So I think that's what's happening, which makes me sad for her.
Are attracted to me because they find a ballet dancer is super interesting. I would say they are attracted to my looks rather than my personality. And so, unfortunately, after a few dates, they're like, oh, she's a pretty face, or oh, it's fun talking to a ballet dancer, but then they're like, okay, I'm gonna go somewhere else. Adios, amigo.
Adios.
Adios.
All right.
Yeah, it does sound like what she's saying, and I would hope that she wouldn't generalize this experience to her personality.
Or oh, it's fun talking to a ballet dancer, but then they're like, okay, I'm gonna go somewhere else. Adios, amigo.
Adios.
Adios.
All right.
Rejection is not fun.
She took it well, though. I was worried that she would get angry at him, which didn't seem fair. You'll see that sometimes when we're hurt and we don't have a lot of differentiation, meaning we can't sift through our feelings and our impulses and think wisely about what's happening. We can lash out at people who are doing what is just natural to happen in this situation. You're in a dating pod sort of speed round situation. What's the chance that the person that you liked is going to like you back? I mean, there's a chance, but it's not guaranteed for sure. And he didn't do anything unethical. He told her, I think, as soon as he could. He could have laid it on a little thicker. I think he could have said something, but I have a pretty high bar of expectations. On the scale of things, he did a great job, but he could have said some more things, just like, hey, I just want you to know you're a great person. I just really connected with someone else, and if I hadn't connected with them, I would have wanted to pursue it with you. I don't want to assume anything about you, and so I hope you don't take this personally. I'm just really sorry. I was laying awake at night last night worrying that I had to tell you this. It just really makes me sad, and when we meet in person, I'll buy you a drink and I'll apologize again, and I'm just really sorry. A little bit more. But I think he communicated that in what he was saying. And so think about for yourself, if you are dating and you are being broken up with, to think about that when you're being hurt. And it's okay to be hurt. It's normal to be hurt. It's normal to be angry. But unless there's a viable reason to lash out at the person who is breaking up with you, you might want to differentiate in that moment. Just think, okay, well, I want to lash out, but I don't know if it's exactly fair in this moment. Because I feel like there's a fair amount of cultural normalization of that even when you have friends, like if you had a friend that went through a situation like this, she goes to her friend right now, I think a tendency is for the friend listening to be like, that asshole, that jerk face, when it's like, well, not really. He dated a number of people and is falling in love with a different person. He didn't do anything bad. He didn't lie. He didn't deceive. He didn't trick. He didn't harm. He seemed to care about her feelings. Now, can people break up with people in a jerk-face way? Absolutely. But unless that's present, I don't think it's wise to automatically go to that judgmental place.
Uh-oh. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. It's okay.
So we'll see people crying on these various shows, and I will commend the friends for not shaming her for crying. They are just holding her. They don't seem frantic. They're not saying, don't cry, everything will be okay. You'll find a guy soon. People in the state, they typically don't want to hear those things. They just want someone to be there with them. They're doing that, so I will commend them. Because almost all the time on the show, people would be like, don't cry, don't cry. It's like, why don't cry? It's fine to cry.
Take a deep breath, okay? Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath.
What am I talking to? He was like, I'm not gonna lie to you, like, I don't see anything.
Nice deep breath. Nice deep breath.
I think she also misremembered. I mean, it was edited, I think, but she says that he just came out and said that he didn't feel anything, but that isn't what he said from my memory. What he said was he did feel a connection with her, but he is falling in love with someone else. That's what he said, but she might have interpreted that as he didn't feel a connection with her, which that's not what I heard. So that makes me wonder about her relational traumas that would lead her to see things through that lens, that there's something wrong with her. I don't know.
It was really weird. It was really weird. It's like you're going through shit and then you're like, there's other people and you're like, wow, I felt bad about it and I hope it wasn't rude in any way. I know it probably was, but I'm never gonna apologize for the way I feel about Alexa at all.
Did you think this was gonna?
Yeah, so he is saying, I hope I wasn't rude, meaning I hope I didn't hurt her feelings, or I hope I didn't do it in a bad way, but I'm not going to apologize for the fact that I have feelings for someone else. Yeah, okay.
Oh my God.
I mean, you just gotta love, right? All right, well, that is for that episode. Everyone out there, please take care of yourself because you deserve it. You really, really do.